We are going to Benelux. Where? That's right, Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg. It smells like victory. Hello, Highroads Travelers. We are back. When I say we, I mean Tom and I. Tom, good to have you. Tom Whiteman from Legacy Collectibles.
Right here. I have my own website. You can check that out. But I sell military items, and then that we kind of put this together. Not only do I like to sell the military items, but I want to go see it firsthand.
You've done an amazing job, and all of your viewers on Legacy Collectibles, a YouTube channel that, by the way, congrats. You're closing in on 300,000 subscribers.
Yeah, it's good.
Kudos to you, my friend. That's amazing. This is the third of 3 years we've done World War II trips, kind of going chronologically. Last year we were in Italy, World War II Italy, which was awesome. Basically, we spent all of 1943 into 44, and our very first trip was in Normandy, which was amazing, and that's June of 1944. Now comes the Battle of the Bulge, and
and by the way, that was popular demand, because on the trip we'd say, okay, we've done Normandy, we've seen Anzio and Sicily and the invasion there, the battles there. What's next? Everybody in the van said, we want to go to the Battle of the Bulge. So that's how we got here.
A lot of people don't know exactly where it took place, but it really took place squarely in Belgium. And and that was like Christmas of 1944. So we're talking only 6 months after the D-Day invasion in Normandy. Also, back up a couple extra months, only 2 months after D-Day, we had a bold airborne invasion into Holland. It's called Netherlands now. But it's called.
Okay, I always get confused.
It's the same place. In Netherlands, we went and we did a bold operation called Operation Market Garden, where we launched the greatest daytime airborne assault in history. And the object was to capture a lot of bridges here.
And isn't that the bridge too far?
Yes, I believe you were. This one down here.
Was it? Yeah.
These were okay. This one was a little too far in Arnhem. That was heavily defended by Nazi forces, and in tens of thousands, and they had air superiority. So it was not a success. However, we kept pressing on, and then 2 months later, we were squarely down in the Ardennes forest.
Okay.
By the way, people will say, Ardennes forest, wasn't that World War I? And the answer is, yes, it was.
Oh, yeah, it was. You're right. I was going to say, I remember that from history.
Major battles in both. And we set out in that direction, but the Germans had different ideas. That was their last big offensive of World War II.
Oh, really?
It was their last offensive of the Western Front, for sure.
Okay.
In December, they decided to push right across here through Luxembourg into Belgium. They wanted to get to Antwerp because, as I understand, it's a pretty nice port.
Yes, I was going to say, I think they were after the port.
Not just the good food and the nice houses that are there.
I've never been there, so I'm looking forward to seeing it.
They're all good towns. Belgium is really an amazing place. You drink an ale here and there, don't you?
No.
No, you like the idea of
I'm a connoisseur of hard liquor.
Well, there's plenty of that in Belgium. But there's cheese and beer and good meats and everything. The food is really good in this part of the world.
By the way, I have to interrupt you. There's always good food. Highroad Traveler is always good food. No matter where you are, they'll find the good food.
Oh, thank you. Well, we know that the ladies are always coming on these trips, and we can look at as many World War II things as we want in the day, but at the end of the day, we need to be at a 4 or 5 star hotel and having an authentic meal.
Yes.
So we've done a good job, and I think they've had a pretty darn good time.
Absolutely. We bypassed Anne Frank's house because my wife said as long as we go to Anne Frank's house, I think she wants to redecorate or something. I don't know, but she wants to go to her house.
Well, it's going to be great. Do you know that is the #1 attraction in all of Netherlands?
No, I had no idea.
Back when they first opened it as an attraction, well back in the I think the 70s or the 80s, it was just here's Anne Frank's house, and you would literally walk up to their front door, pay a ticket of a couple of euro. Now they've completely taken a beautiful building. There's an area where you can watch films and get a wonderful experience, which we're going to do.
Okay.
So on our tour, we are going to land right into Amsterdam. We're going to spend 3 full days there.
Okay.
We're going to see Anne Frank's house. What a lot of people don't know about Amsterdam is it is a city of canals. So it's not only Venice that has canals.
You're not confused with Italy?
I was confused at first. When I saw the canals, I thought, well, did I get off on the wrong city? But Amsterdam is full of canals and therefore great canal rides.
Okay.
In the daytime, the nighttime. It's a really walkable city. It's amazing. I don't know if we've told the ladies this yet, but there's a lot of good shopping there. Now, Belgium is full of so many good towns, it's literally hard to choose. But we're going to stay in what I think is the best town in all of Belgium, which is called Bruges.
Bruges.
If you spell it, it looks like Bruges. But it in fact is Bruges, and it's well down here.
Okay.
And it's actually very close to the French border, very close, just a half-hour ride to Dunkirk, France.
Ah, Dunkirk. You said we were going to visit Dunkirk.
Gonna-
That's something I would like. I've seen the movie Dunkirk, but nobody ever goes there.
It's kind of hard to get to because if you're anywhere in France, you have to go a couple hours out of the way. However, if we're in Bruges, it's half hour. We cross the border and we get to see the beach and a nice memorial that they have there. Now, what about Bruges? That is the most well-preserved medieval town in the world.
Really?
So get ready for some medieval. Bruges and Ghent are sister cities. They're 20 minutes apart, and they are really marvelous. They also have some canals and horse and buggy rides. And when you're there, we're going to feel like we're in medieval times.
Well, the military history, World War I, a little bit of World War II, but we're also probably going to be looking at medieval, knights and armor and all that stuff in the different castles and things. It's a phenomenal trip, and I can't wait to go. What else 101st Airborne.
Right on. So clear across the country. Now, when I say clear across Belgium, I'm basically saying clear across Maryland. Belgium is about the same size as Maryland. Netherlands is about the same size as Massachusetts.
Very doable.
Totally doable. And Luxembourg is the size of Rhode Island. It's actually smaller than Rhode Island, but there's nothing smaller.
And I actually did. Somebody asked me this week, is that really a country?
Yes.
It is a country.
It's a country, and also Luxembourg is also the capital and the city. So it's Luxembourg City, part of Luxembourg, but they leave the city part out. So it's not very large, but it is super historic. When we leave Bruges, we're going to come across right here, right into the Ardennes, head to Bastogne, and see where the Battle of the Bulge is. There's an amazing museum, incredible memorial, and as you know from when we visited the cemeteries in Normandy and Anzio, a very moving place.
Yeah, that's what I love. I mean, it's just very emotional, very moving. And for me, it's a trip of a lifetime. I probably will only do this once in my life, but I'll never forget it. So these trips are memories that last forever.